Pichoga, there are many young people nowadays who are feeling lost, who are feeling confused. They don't know what they want to do, but they kind of really want to know what they want to do. So what would be your message for those young people?
The main thing now, the main problem now is the system in the world now don't let people have time to think about themselves. So that's the key word. So if we understand that part, we need to try to give time to ourselves. So we can, when we have time to be with ourselves, it's only time we can be with ourselves. When we can be with ourselves, that's only time we can understand ourselves. And then we know what we want to do. We know what we want. If we don't have time at all, we just let game and Facebook and anything control our mind all the time. We will never have time to be with ourselves. And then we never think about what do we want. We will let the stream take us somewhere else. So at this moment, I feel like it's so strong. This stream is very strong. It's very hard for people to think about happiness. It's so hard for people to think about freedom. And in the same time, the stream tries to change the meaning of freedom or happiness or love to something else. Now they said freedom is mean you have money, you have credit card, you have cell phone, you have something. But actually it's not freedom. It's freedom of money, but it's not our own freedom. If we have no freedom, we have nothing. Or if we have no money, we have nothing. So in this part, I feel like we need to come back to ourselves more, to contemplate deeply inside us. If not, we maybe turn to the last generation on this earth. Because now we just focus on consuming all the time without create any new resource for us. We just eat it up, everything. So in this part, I feel a little bit scared that we're gonna end up, our life gonna end soon. So new generation need to think now. If we don't think now, it can be too late. Because there's nothing left now. No forest, no mineral, no good soil, no good water for drinking, no good air for breathing. So how can we live? Just simple thing like this, we can see it. So if we keep moving in this way, we cannot go any further. So we need to come back to ourselves and think, and then start to solve the problem inside us first. The new generation need to understand themselves more. When we don't understand themselves, we just become a robot that just consume a lot. It just keep consuming, never stop. So but the resource is very limited. So if they know that, if they have time to be with themselves, have time to contemplate that they need love, they need happiness, they need freedom. If they love this thing, they will decrease the consumption very fast. Because happiness is opposite way with consumption. If we consume a lot, we buy a lot, have a lot, you cannot be happy. You cannot have freedom. So if we think about freedom or happiness or love or anything like this, that means we consume less and less and less. And then we create more. Let the resources grow up more. Renewable resources and renew themselves faster. So it's important to think about it. The real freedom is freedom from ourselves. If we have ability to help ourselves in every situation, at least the 4 basic needs. We have ability to have our own food, to grow our own food, to cook our own food. We have freedom to build our own shelter. We have freedom to choose what do we want to use in our life. We have freedom to take care of our health. That's the real freedom. The 4 basic needs is the basic of life. So we need to have ability to do the simple 4 basic needs in our life. That's the real freedom. But education system, economic system, every system now don't let us have ability to do anything like this. Because they're afraid that we are going to rely on ourselves more. They're afraid that we're going to be happy. They're afraid that we are going to think about freedom. because happiness, freedom, and love is a big obstacle for economic system right now, because it doesn't create economic growth. Because when people love each other, that means they consume less and they share more. When people think about freedom, that means they consume less and then they help themselves more, and then they care more, they love more. So that's not good for economic system. So this way, the real freedom is something that the system don't want us to have, but we need it to survive. It's quite simple and easy to understand ourselves by giving time first. For example, normally when we feel lonely, we always try something to do. We always go to some friend, go to see the movie, listen to the music. That's the way we run away from ourselves. But when we feel lonely, when we feel sad, don't go anywhere, don't do anything, just sit there and contemplate our feeling at the time deeply. And if we give time to ourselves, we will understand what we feel lonely. It just comes from our emotion or feeling. But emotion or feeling is something that come and go, come and go. We start to see it, start to understand it. It just come and go, come and go. When it come, oh, I need it, I want it. But when it go, oh, without it, I feel okay, or something like that. So when we feel like it come and go, why we need to pursue it? Like if you want to have a nice car, now I want it badly. But if I don't have it, not very long, I feel like, oh, even I have no new car, but I'm okay. So there's no need to work so hard to run after our feeling or emotion. So when we start to understand this part, we understand ourselves. Because this world never have any problem. Only our emotion or feeling cause the problem. If we understand it, we have no problem on this earth.
Thank you.